Okay, my people. Recently I've been trying to observe the way this world is set up. That in order for chaos, in order for the separation um, between us, they have to create chaotic hierarchy, because what our controllers have over us is the knowing, the true know, the remembering. I would say remember, because remembering of consciousness and knowing who we are as a people, and we're in a state where we don't remember who we are. So we get the programming when we come into this realm of who we are, and it's not necessarily the truth, it's not necessarily the fact. Based on what I'm seeing, is 98% of what we were taught is all lies. um, and I'm not gonna say lie. Distortion is distortion. 2% of it is fact, and with that 2%, we have to learn to navigate and see what is the truth, and what is truth, and what and why were we given all this distortion. And it only comes down to one thing, and it's energy that those in charge of us need to keep us in a place of dependency. And that's why we're here, and this is where we are. And based on what I've seen in my half a century on this earth, um, it seems as if um, those in authority, let me put, not those right now, the government, it seems as if they're hybrid. I know there's a lot of revealing take place on social media, people showing that they are aliens or whatever. But I do believe those in authority are hybrids, especially the governments. And these things that I'm gonna share, there's always outliers. There's always outliers, that there's a chance that not everybody is, but most of them are. All around the world, all around the world, are, if they are not hybrids, their families, they have signed something to agree to keep us in this form, in this type of oppression and ignorance. So I think yes, the governments are hybrids. I think they're humans beings. Some of them are human beings with some form of alien, and I'm thinking more mostly um, eggborn, eggborn, and I think higher than that, there are people that are really not hybrid. They're really a different race from who we are. But remember too that we're all connected to the source, whether eggborn or woman born or lab born. We're connected to the same source. So those people, and I think too, some celebrities are are hybrids, and and this came in my spirit real strong. Some athletes are too. Some athletes are hybrids, and yeah, that's why some of them are so talented. The mistake we make is going by race, going by skin color. We can't go by skin color. We can't go by skin color. All right, so yes, I think those who are at the top, the government, the celebrities, some of the athletes, I think they're hybrids, and that higher, I think they are totally a different race. Okay, I thought I didn't turn my camera on. Okay, so let's go to the next step. Those who are in authorities, those, and I think the owners of the corporations too, the owners of the corporations are hybrids, like Zuckerberg, and Those are hybrids. I really think they're hybrids too. And if not hybrids, some of them are not human being, really. And I don't know why they hide this. Why would they hide this information from us? Um, and yeah, I think the owners of the corporation, and then you have the executives. Those some of those people, I think, were incubator babies, the executives. And so they are just programs. I think a lot of people call them NPCs. I think some of the their NPCs are they are incubator babies. They're just they just this program that we're given. Those are the ones that can just go by what the corporation says. Those are the epitome of following the rules. The corporation says, they don't think, following what the government says, following what those in authority says. Those are the people. I think they made an effort to put those people in authority, you know, so as to keep everyone in line. And as I go on, you'll see that to keep everyone in line, even those people who are natural creators and have the and natural creators and have different opinions and different ways of doing things, that their talents are suppressed. So because they need to keep the chaos going, and you get frustrated when your talents are suppressed, and the people at the top, they want to keep their positions, so they're like, you know, they hate other people's opinion. And you know, so this is all, and don't take this personal, this is all to really keep this like the Truman Show, like a Truman Show going, and to harvest energy and to have their finger on the thumbs and make sure those who are at the top stays in power. And let me say this: there's a creator on here that says those who are at the top, the hybrids, the different human beings, they created this realm for themselves so they can survive. They need our energy. They need the energy to decrease in the realm so they can survive. And the only way they can survive is being at the top. So you can't hate them for that. Then there's the next other step. Then you have the natural people, the natural Eve born, woman born people um, that have intuition, that have a creative power. So what they do with those people, they ostracize them. They ostracize them in so many different ways, by keeping them poor. The main reason they keep them poor, they keep them sick. Yet still, they're benefit from who those people are. The poorest countries, sometimes those people live there. So and in their poverty, and then they're thinking financially poor, because they have to create a system of money and all that for people to think they're poor, and they're rich. You know, and there's certain things in the Bible that remains true. That's why the Bible said, let the rich say I am poor, and let the poor say I am rich. And we call them third world countries, and not just the third world countries. I really look at melanated beings, and I notice melanated beings form into two categories: nappy-head melanated beings and straight ear melanated beings. Because sometimes I notice the straight ear melanated beings can operate in that executive area where they can be used by executives to follow the rule and follow, don't ruffle, 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 don't ruffle any feathers, you know. And yeah, so those, and then, 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 Yes, so those are, and then and I'm not just saying melanated beings because its color has nothing to do with it, because everyone, they hide in different aspect of the society, the aspect of good, and not the aspect of good, they hide the aspect of those who even it's those who will comply and those who will is not willing to comply. And even when we comply, we find a way of doing things, you know, to be creative, to line up with the Mother Earth, because we're naturally the Earth's children, Earthborn children, and Mother Earth is talking to us all the time, and we are the ones who's really making this realm goes. So what's happening in our society are because is what's happening in our society is because the natural born children of this earth has been ostracized and think of poor and sick more than any other race. We want to be like those in the executive position, so we compromise, and the other races that's between the incubator babies and the natural born people of this earth, everyone wants to be like the ones on top, and you could see the game. They wants to be like the one on top, not necessarily knowing that the ones on top is not necessarily the best. It's just those who can follow the rules, and those who won't be a problem to those on the top, those who can walk the line. So you see how this world is set up, and now we're causing chaos amongst ourselves and division amongst ourselves, not knowing that this it is planned to harvest more energy out of us, because the ones who really have the codes, the ones who are supposed to be waking up at this times to help in this ascension, is busy making a buck, is busy taking care of the family, is busy just trying to make ends meet. And the ones who wants to maintain the system is okay. They're in a good position. A lot of them are okay financially and all of that. And so in Earth Rising now, the ones who always been ostracized and kicked aside and suffering, they came in with the IMF. I don't hear enough people talk about the IMF, how bad the IMF is, especially for third world countries. They will never pay them off. They don't need to borrow money. Those countries don't need to borrow money. They have enough resources. So the IMF came in and have them in perpetual poverty. Look at what's happening in Cuba, regardless of the politics. Look what's happening in Cuba. At the end, it's not about the government, it's the people who are suffering. And so the IMF came in, and these poor countries, in the islands in Africa and whatever, all they came to rob their resources and take what they need. So at this time, and take what they want. It's never about money. It's never about money. It's about maintaining the status quo. And I hope if you watch this video, you can see how all of us, all races have been played. All races have been played. And at this time, the biggest thing we should know, man, know thyself. Know thyself, because as the earth rise, our children will rise. Our children will rise. That putting what the hand they have on us, they put their people in place. All the governments around the world, even in my country, in Jamaica, you might think, oh, you're voting. You're not voting. You're not voting. You don't have a choice. There's no choice. The only choice is those who at the top make sure they put someone there who can follow the line and keep the people oppressed so they don't come to who they naturally are. We have to stop thinking about things in financial aspect. It's energy, consciousness, and whoever is in control, they're looking out for their survival. But we too are getting restless. We're looking out for our survival. We're tired of being enslaved, and in the aspect of paying for things that was given to us freely by our creator by our creator. So this video is for everyone to wake up and see we've been played, or we've been put against each other. We have to unite. We have to unite against being in perpetual slavery. We have to unite. And the fake history, the fake religion, everything that they distort to keep us oppressed, to keep us distracted, so they can continue to live. That's what I got this morning when I wake up. People are put in place at the top to follow the line. So I heard a lot of people say the American dream is crap. I think George Carl says it best. Listen, it's a big club, and me and you ain't part of it. Me and you ain't part of it. Oh, you can be anything. That's a lie. You do anything you want. That's a lie. That's a lie. They're gatekeepers. Yeah, you probably can do it if you sell your soul. You probably can do it if you're willing to abide by their rules. And a lot of people with God-given talent, I can't understand why they are allowed just because of money and whatever. But everyone is a God. You get to make your own choice, and you know what? We reap what we sow. We reap what we sow. So that's it for me today. I just saw that this morning on waking up. Um, Stop with the color and this debate on TikTok. And listen, they're not gonna. I don't know if we'll ever know the truth about what our true history, but it's all a lie. It's all a lie. All right, everyone. Be blessed.